So you just completed the ESL replacement, either with a emulator, hopefully with an emulator, those are more reliable, or with a ESL that's been rebuilt. So now you turn on the car. All right, starts, that's great. But we have some lights on now. We have a traction control light and we have an SRS light on, okay? ESP, some of them are gonna say ESC, you're gonna have some wavy lines just depending on the year. This is a 2008, so it looks like this. Now these are on not because you installed an emulator, but because of the process of installing an emulator. So you removed the steering wheel airbag, right? So when you do that, if you didn't disconnect the negative cable for the battery and you removed the cables underneath this airbag, the yellow ones in particular, those are the SRS connectors. So you're going to have a SRS light on unless you kept the battery disconnected the entire time until you connected them again, and then the car would never know that the SRS connectors were disconnected, okay, the airbag connectors. Then you wouldn't have this light on. If you have a scanner, you can easily remove this light. I'm not talking about just a $25 OBD2 scanner that can only go into the engine control module. You need a decent scanner that can go into the airbag module. All right, so let's get rid of the airbag light. Now, if you have this scanner, this is a great scanner to have if you have a Mercedes-Benz. It gives you access to all the modules. You can go into each one individually, read data, and it's really helpful for when you have a check engine light. You can get really good codes and a good clue as to why the check engine light is on, okay? So we're just gonna go to diagnose. We're gonna go to Benz. We're gonna go, yeah, Benz. Yes. We're just hitting OK over here. And then we're gonna scroll down for the 204. That's the 204 chassis. Any C-Class from 2008, 2014 is a W204. And there's this 204 C-Class. Gasoline engine, left-hand steering. And this one happens to be a 300. This is a C300. We're going to go manual select, so we can select the module. And we're going to go into the SRS module here. And go to clear fault memory. Do you really wish to erase fault memory? If you delete fault code, stored events will also be deleted. Yes, so right now the airbag light is on, right? And we're gonna hit yes, okay. And it says trouble code completed. Okay, now the SRS light is off. And that's how you erase an SRS light. Now that's only if it's connected. If you forgot to connect it, it's not gonna go away. Or if you have a faulty connection in one of your airbags, either this one or the seats, that SRS light is not going to go away until it's been corrected, okay? Now, the next light that you might have on is this ESP light, right? The traction control. So whenever you disconnect the battery for any amount of time, or disconnect the yellow connector inside the steering column module from the job, if you can remember, there was a yellow connector in here that was kind of hard to get to. You probably had to use a little pick tool to get it out. So that controls the traction control. The steering column module connector, when that's disconnected, you're going to have this ESP traction control light. So the way to do this, it's very simple. I've got the car on right now, okay? It's just idling, and I've got it in park. It's currently in park, okay? And all I'm gonna do is go from lock to lock. So I'm gonna go all the way left, doesn't matter which way you go. Just go all the way left till it locks. And then all the way right until it locks. Back to center. Okay, now we're gonna drive it, and this light should go away within 100 yards of driving.